The War for the Nest of the Falcon and the Owl. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there lived two famous birds, the falcon and the owl. The falcon was famous for its speed and sharpness, while the owl was known for its intelligence and its eyes that shone brightly in the night. One day, both of them accidentally aimed for the tallest tree branch in the forest to build their nests. Both wanted the most beautiful and prominent nest in the forest, and neither would give in. "I will build the tallest nest from where I can observe the entire forest," said the falcon, his bright eyes sparkling with pride. "Everyone who looks up will admire my nest." The owl was calmer, only smiling slightly. "The nest must not only be beautiful but also safe and secure. Let's see who can build the better nest." The competition began, and both birds used all their strength and intelligence to build their nests. The falcon flies quickly, eagerly collecting fragile branches, leaves, and feathers to build the tallest, largest nest. He chooses the tallest, most protruding branch to build his nest, from which the falcon's nest looks like a magnificent throne hanging in the sky. Anyone who passes by must admire its exquisite beauty and wonderful location. The falcon puffs out its nose, proudly looking down at the forest from above. The owl, on the other hand, chooses a lower and more discreet location. The owl is not in a hurry, but carefully chooses sturdy branches, skillfully interweaving each small branch with thick leaves to build a sturdy nest. The owl's nest is not high, not flashy, but it is surrounded by large tree canopies, creating a safe place and absolute protection from wind and rain. As the months pass, both nests are gradually completed. The falcon often flies over the owl's nest, mocking, "Your nest is so low no one can see it. What a waste of effort." The owl just smiled, did not reply, and continued to take care of its nest. Then one day, the weather suddenly turned bad. Dark clouds gathered, thunder boomed, and a huge storm came. The wind blew so hard that it made the trees sway, and the rain poured down. The kestrel quickly flew back to its nest, but the nest high in the tree had now become a dangerous trap. The weak branches that the kestrel used to build its nest were whipped by the wind, shaking constantly. The whole nest seemed to want to fall off the tree at any moment. The kestrel tried to land on the nest, but the wind was too strong, causing the nest to tilt violently. Then there was a loud crack, and the nest was blown away, flying high into the sky in the strong wind. The kestrel flew after it in panic, but there was no way to save its nest. Meanwhile, the owl's nest was still sturdy, nestled safely in the dense branches of the tree. No matter how hard the wind blew, it could not reach the owl's nest, because it was carefully protected from all sides. The owl sat calmly in the nest, watching the storm outside without any worry. After the storm, the forest was in ruins. Leaves were falling everywhere. The falcon perched on a bare branch, looking at the scattered pieces of his nest. He felt ashamed and disappointed, but also understood that the fault was not the storm, but his own subjectivity and desire for appearance. The falcon flew to the owl's nest, which had survived the storm intact and safe. "I was wrong," the falcon admitted, his voice full of regret. "I was so concerned with making the nest beautiful that I forgot about its stability and safety. I underestimated your ingenuity." The owl smiled and gently replied, "A nest is not only a place to show off, but also a safe shelter. Remember that sometimes the simplest and most solid things are the most precious." From that day on, the falcon no longer only cared about appearance. He learned how to build a nest from the owl, taking care of every detail so that his nest was both beautiful and sturdy. The two were no longer rivals, but became friends, sharing their experiences in building sturdy nests for other birds in the forest. Lesson: Appearance may attract attention, but solidity and quality are what help us overcome all challenges in life.